Hey guys, happy Tuesday and happy August 2nd. We made it to another month. Thanks for joining me on another Cinquetta Talks as we talk Love and Marriage Huntsville and everything that goes on with that show and all the subsequent moving pieces that actually come from the show as well. Because for some reason, it's crazy how like the show is not even on, but it's still like relevant. Like they still got things going on. So thanks again, guys, for joining me. I know it's been a minute since I've been live, but I'm here. I'm back with the jump off. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. So I can't wait to talk to you guys. I hope you guys talk back to me. And we're gonna get this show started. So if you're coming in, do not forget to say hi and where you're watching this from. And yeah, let's talk about some things. I'll be right back after I where my intro thing. Try to be fancy.
Matt Saint Queddick, man, that girl was heaven sent. Matt Saint Queddick, man, that girl was heaven sent.
Hey y'all, so thanks again for joining me on another Talks with Sin as we talk Love and Marriage Huntsville and the trending topics and the things that are going on with this show. But before we get into all that, how's y'all week been going? It's Tuesday, it's August 2nd, it's the beginning of the month. Are you guys going on any vacations, have anything fun planned for like this half, what we got left of the summer? Now, although I like the summer and springtime for like daylight savings time reasons, I'm not really liking the heat. I'm a spring baby. So I like it when it's not too hot and not too cold, just right in the middle. That 70, 75 degrees sunny weather. That'd be my jam. So I know, I feel like it's a heat wave all over the country. So I hope you guys are staying cool. But honestly, hey, Linda, good evening, girl. How's it going? I feel like it was you that suggested that maybe we talk about the what is it? The respectful cheating. So we'll probably get into that a little bit too, because Cinquetta had to go and do research after seeing what was going on. So before we go into like the main topic that I wanted to talk about, I wanted to get your opinion on this whole situation with with Martell trying to take Melody to court for custody. I'm like very upset about this for the simple fact that I feel like they were just cool. Remember, we just seen them coming together as this, united front to go after the big bad wolf, Miss Wanda. And for now, like, it's getting to court and the custody thing, it just really got me shook. It got me feeling a certain type of way. And I really thought that they was going to be able to resolve it. And especially after we seen them had a little vacation together with their kids. So it's like really giving me confusion. And yeah. And it just made me realize like how much, how the scriptures say, let me get it right. I don't want to misquote God's word, but like it's something like how God hates divorce. Let me see. God hates divorce. Verse. Okay, yeah, thank you. So they say it's in Malachi 2:16. And I feel like it's for these reasons that God hates divorce. And I know like there's ground for divorces and stuff like that. And it's things that probably lead up to people separating. But I think that's the problem too. I feel like people really don't take marriage sacred as they used to. So, but like now I see the ramifications of what happens when like infidelity happens, what happens when people don't like come into a marriage to like serve the other person and sacrifice for the other person. And sometimes, letting your needs go unmet. I feel like that's just how it is. In life, you're not going to have everything. But like I always say, those times when you aren't being fulfilled by your spouse or your friends, your mommy, your daddy, your cousin, that's when you have to turn to God, because he'd be satisfying you. Be just fine. Like, dang. Because really, I really always feel like it's an inner thing. Like, even if you feel like, oh, I need affection, I need validation, I need intimacy, I still feel like what you really need is something internal that only God can touch. But yeah. So the scripture is Malachi 2:16, and it says, For the Lord God of Israel says that he hates divorce, for it covers one's garment with violence, says the Lord of hosts. Therefore, take heed to your spirit that you do not deal treacherously. So that's what it made me think of when I read that Martell was taking Melody to court, because I'm like, dang, that was getting so, I don't know, like this, and I don't like that. So but they have courts and stuff for a reason. So I understand sometimes you may have to take it there. But I don't know why Martell's trying to do that to Melody though. What's wrong with how they was co-parenting and stuff? Like I heard that while I was reading articles where they split everything, they dissolved their businesses. So why can't we just like equally split the kids kind of thing? Like, yeah, but I don't know. I'm not there. So So Linda said, you're blessed this evening. Yay, me too. I mean, that's the things I'll be thinking about too. I'm so grateful to have breath in my body, clothes, food, shelter. I'm really grateful and blessed. We are always blessed. Like, I remember they said something like, as long as you're 6 feet above the ground, that's a blessing. And not to say like the people that did, that's not here today, that they're not blessed or anything like that. But it's just like, I'm grateful to see August 2nd, 2022, that God was like, arise, Cinquetta. He woke me up this morning kind of thing. So I get you. Something happened on that trip. But look, so Linda, you just be like, because that's what it said. They said that, that's what Melanie said, something like, I guess things changed after they went on that vacation trip. Ain't that weird? That is weird. Like, why you want to switch up? Everything looks so beautiful. Was it this article I was looking at? I'm gonna share my screen in a minute. But oh yeah, and then I heard how Coleslaw had she was in some fight in the club, but I'm like, I just can't. I just can't. So let's see. Let me share my screen so we can look at this thing together. Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Screen share. Come on, computer. Don't show off in front of company. Act like you know. Okay. So this is an article from, my site, urbanbellmag.com. And it says, Martell Holt sues Melody Holt for full custody, plus former mistress assaulted in club, ? But we're going to talk about the custody part. So PK Joe said Martell wanted to get back with Mel, and she said never. So he was triggered. Right. And I think I read that in the article too, like how she said she tried to give him a little, like, kind of let him in a little bit. And I guess that wasn't enough. This is interesting. So PK Joe said, I just heard from the Huntsville streets that Martell moved Coleslaw and her whole family, mother, etc. to Huntsville with Mel's hard-earned money. That's some nerve. Really? I can see that. And I really feel like he's just doing it out of spite. Or maybe he's doing that so Sheree can fall back. Because that's what we're going to be talking about, how allegedly he said Sheree not his type. But y'all was all frolicking and taking selfies and videos together, but she ain't your type. You see, I can't. Linda said, what? That's when we finding out what's going on in Huntsville Street. I guess somebody going to post it eventually. I try to wait till a credible site kind of post, because I feel like they got the backing to have investigators and really, really check their facts before I kind of say anything. That's a journalist in me, because I got my degree. Now, because I got my degree. But honestly, I really do feel like that. Like, I try to do my commentary based off of what is kind of proven and not like rumors or whatever. So, and then I go from there. Yeah. So that'll be interesting if this is what's really going on. And I feel like somebody got the official juice and know what's actually going on. And I can't wait to hear it. Hey, stay tuned reviews. I think Martell needs to invite Sheree and Mel out to Olive Garden so that they can talk turkey, work out a deal to form a trouble. No. Oh, don't forget we're talking about that. Let me we're going to talk about that. This whole Sheree and Martell thing. Because allegedly Martell said Sheree ain't his type. So I don't know. See, we were discerning of this last time we talked. We said it felt very storyline-ish. We said it felt very forced. And I'm doing another video too, talking about like, what I found out. And I just feel like somebody's lying. The math isn't mathing. And I don't appreciate it because yeah, I mean, I feel like people are saying, Martell is a walking red flag. So why would he be the person that you want to be in a relationship with? We literally seen how he had a wife and 4 kids and had a baby outside, outside of his marriage, and that's who you want to be with. Now, I'm not saying Martell's a bad person, but I feel like why not wait until maybe he grows or kind of figures it out? I learned this. They said if the kid is under 5, the relationship is still alive. So PK Joe, this sounds about, see, this is why they say you can't mess with baby dads and baby moms and stuff. For this for this reason right here. Because like they can always dip back. Like the relationship is still kind of, I don't know, it's still newish kind of. So PK John, you may be on the streets may be telling the truth on this. Because I'm just like, Sheree, why? So in a way, I feel like maybe Sheree and Martell are like using each other. And I feel like Martell maybe wanted to have the appearance that he was moving on, but he didn't want Sheree to claim him. Like, I feel like he still wanted to make it seem like he was still for the streets. And I said that in my last video. I feel like Martell gives me male thought energy. He wants to be all flashy and fly, want to talk to the girl. He just, he didn't know how to act on that episode of when they went to the strip club. Remember that? Drinking my chamomile tea. Isn't that like so like, I don't know, so homely, like chamomile tea. I don't know, I feel like I'm on Little House of the Prairie or something on the back side of the deserts of Idaho drinking chamomile tea. So PK just said, yeah, Martell like some young and dumb. Ooh, so, oh my gosh. All right, so yeah, we want to get into that too. Okay, I read that. Okay. Linda said Martell and Sheree are about to lose their job from the shows. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Remember that like little video that went viral of that lady that was doing that? Candy Bird said on her channel that Martell did the same thing with a friend of hers in Atlanta. Yes, I was trying to find the picture because I remember like one of the articles I was reading, it had like that picture of what Kenny was talking about of Martell with some other girl, but I could not find the website when it was time for me to put it in the video that I just did today. So, but I know what you're talking about, Linda, and I believe Candy. Candy be knowing everything. She's like Atlanta's finest. Like her ear really be to the streets. But yeah, so according to this article, it says some of Love and Marriage Huntsville fans are happy to see Martell Holt and Melody in a much better place when it comes to co-parenting. In fact, they are getting along so well, some wondered if they had gotten back together. See, PK, see? That's why I feel like you was right when you said this. When you said this one. So, however, Melody wasted no time in shutting that down. She confirmed that she is still single and happy these days. Interestingly enough, the piece is over. And Melody revealed that Martell has her tied up in a battle for full custody during an interview with the Shade Room. Like, come on now, Martell. That's not necessary. She made the revelation while explaining why she hasn't been able to officially change her last name. Oh, and no wonder like this article keeps saying Melody Holt, Martell Holt. Man, oh man. Melody said, to be honest with you, I actually had reached out to my attorney to do an official name change, right? And so I was planning on doing that process throughout that. It would be something in 30 days or less to change, no big deal. And then I found out that because I'm currently in the custody battle, that I'm unable to change. So if you have any other proceeding happening in the state, you can't change your last name at that time. She continued, and so unfortunately, because I'm dealing with that, I can't legally change my name yet. Melody said Martell is suing her for full custody. I started moving on it, and like I said, because of the fact that I'm being sued for custody, I can't do it. She told the interviewer that she finds Martell's actions to be very interesting since they currently have joint custody and made an effort to split time equally. Exactly. I feel like if it's not broke, why fix it? And it maybe I don't know, PK Joe. I really feel like maybe this comment really just encapsulates the whole thing. For all we know, like maybe he trying to take Melody to court so he could just be around her, kind of like sometimes people like that. Even when it's negative attention, they still get off on that. So perhaps that could be what's going on. Candy knows a lot of people and is well connected. People like her and talk. Yes. I feel like I could reveal things to Candy. Like, Candy girl, that time when I was in the third grade, because she's just so cool. Like, she got a real down to earth spirit about her. I don't know. She's my favorite housewife, I think. I mean, I really don't have a favorite. I kind of like, they're all fine kind of thing, but I would like to actually hang out with her, kind of. Because she seemed cool. But, oh, wait, I don't want y'all. I forgot I'm sharing my screen. But this brought me to talk about this whole custody thing. It kind of, just a smidge, like, hear me out. I know this is going to sound crazy. But, well, let me say this first. I really enjoy doing this show because it really helps me think. And like I said earlier, it made me sad that they're going through a divorce and are in court for full custody and all that other stuff, and how things could be so simple if Martell just didn't cheat. So because of this show and the topics and all the things that are layered onto this, it just had me thinking like, okay, why would a man have that? It seems like he has everything, beautiful wife, kids, businesses, the whole nine. Like, why would he want to mess it up? And then I started like doing like reading articles about why men that are happily married cheat and things like that. And I think like I understand Martell and his actions a little bit more, not excusing it, but I feel like seeing the research behind it and the studies, I'm like, oh, okay, I think I get it. Like I said, it's still not excusing his actions. I'm not here to judge, but I'm just like, I'm just trying to learn how people's mind think. Even though we'll never know, but whatever I could find out, So it was this article. Is it here? I think I exited it out, but this was one of the articles I was reading. This is the real reason why men cheat. Very interesting. Very interesting. They compare why women and men cheat, the different reasons, because this is kind of her field. This Dr. Alicia and Walker. She wrote a book, I think. Let me see. Yeah. She wrote a book. Chasing Masculinity. Yeah. So she, this is her field. So she really giving us like figures and statistics to go along with this. And I'm just like, dang. So really, according to this article, she interviewed people that were on Ashley Madison website. And I guess like from what I deduced from the article, I think Ashley Madison is a place where I guess married people go to kind of find other people to cheat with, kind of thing. And what I found interesting about this article in particular is that, yes, although like men say they cheat because, the intimacy with their wife isn't there or like lacked off kind of thing. The one thing that they really are craving for and desiring when they go to the next woman is that validation, that praise. Like the article didn't say this, but this is what I'm gathering. They kind of they want to still feel like they're Superman, like that all or whatever that the woman used to give them, or their wife or spouse used to give them, is not there no more. So they go out and seek that for another woman or whatever that makes them feel that. And I thought that was very interesting. Versus women that, may cheat, they actually do it for like maybe their husband isn't like, up to par how they would like. So women actually cheat. If they're going to cheat, they're going to cheat for the actual feeling. Like they want to, they want to feel all that. But when men do it, it's more so they just kind of want to, feel like a man again in the woman's presence. Because, the article mentioned like maybe sometimes, women can get caught up with work, household stuff, the kids, and that becomes their priority, that they may forget their husband and things like that. So I just thought that was very interesting. Hey, Niley inspires. Good evening, all. In my opinion, Martell thinks Mel wouldn't be great without him. He feels entitled to have. You know what? I feel like that too. In the simple fact that Melody is really thriving. Is it me? But do y'all feel like maybe she was suppressing her marriage in a way? And I get it. Your marriage does become priority. You know what I mean? Like, so you can't really go off and do the things that you may have dreamt of doing. But I feel like now that is off of her, she's going full throttle, singing, skincare, interviews, videos, music video. Like she's just really putting the pedal to the metal. So I'm happy for her. Like it's like I like the fact that she ain't letting no grass grow underneath her feet. She ain't in the corner crying, even though that's fine. Sometimes we all grieve relationships and stuff differently. Not trying to like say one way is better than the other, but I'm like, all right, man. So Stay Tuned Review said a man with everything has a ton of women that will do anything to get next to him. Most average men will never know what it feels like to have a woman throw themselves at them. Yeah, I can see that. Well, I feel like that's how come, because Cinquetta got to get a wide perspective on things. So Cinquetta do hear what some of the manosphere people be saying. And I feel like the one thing I agree with is when they say, don't worry about women, focus on your purpose. Because to me, I do feel like that's what makes a man attractive, because they're going after something. They're actually doing what God created them to do. Like remember when God created Adam, he was working in the field. You know what I mean? So I feel like that part is absolutely correct. So to me, it's not that the Chads, because that's what like the other culture called Pookies and Ray Rays. It's not that the Chads or the Pookie and Ray Rays are any better. It's not that girls or women are so shallow that we go off of just looks alone kind of thing. It's more so like most of the time, like the Chads and the whatever are going to get the most girls if they're after their purpose. Even if you're not that attractive, if you are like on your grind, moving and stuff, that's very attractive to women. So it's not so what I'm saying is like the playing field's kind of equal, because at the end of the day, we're all supposed to be doing our purpose and living our best life and going after our dreams and goals and stuff like that. So in a way, like, okay, a lot of money can equal like more women, but it's because that man is just going after like his goal to get them. Yeah. But literally I always feel like go after your goals and your purpose. And that's one thing I feel like I do like the manosphere, that when they say that, like focus on your goals, focus on your purpose. And that's true. Mm-hmm. You would definitely get a girl that way. So from this article, like I said, Dr. Alicia M. Walker said that she learned that men cheat in order to remain married. I thought that was interesting. So meaning like they feel as though if everything is good in their marriage, and they're still just trying to feel that validation part, they feel kind of, the word entitled, I won't say, but they feel like, you know what, although I should probably divorce this woman, I feel like it's not worth it, because I just want to get this need met and that's it. I love my wife. Like a lot of the times the article mentioned that they love their wives, they love their life, they love being married. They don't want to be for the streets, kind of. which was surprising. Like, oh, okay. So men don't want to be for the streets. They kind of do want to be monogamous. It's actually women that will have like it's women that will cheat with multiple men versus a man will cheat with just one woman. You know what I mean? The one that strokes his ego the most, the one that makes him feel like a man. But I was like, this is a really interesting article. So yes. So although like most of the time, sometimes these men are cheating out of sexual dissatisfaction, but what they're craving is the emotional connection and support their spouse neglects to provide. And then they go out looking for that. And that makes sense, you know? I didn't know that, but it makes sense. So men are really looking for like validation and praise and attention from their women. And like I said, like the article mentioned, sometimes women with the things that they have going on, they realize like they can't, well, not that they can't, they probably don't even realize it's happening. You know what I mean? I think, isn't that how like you boil a frog? Like it you can boil a frog because the water is getting hotter and hotter and hotter and it doesn't even know that it's being boiled. So maybe like sometimes in relationships that happens, you probably don't even realize that like your man is, you know, wants that kind of attention from you. You know, maybe that is what it is sometimes. Like you feel like, well, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're in, but I guess maybe men still need to feel like they the man, they that guy in your eyes. So, like I said, not excusing these men for cheating, and that's another thing too. Like sometimes they said that men find it hard to speak about that. So I don't know. I just feel like okay, I get it. I get it. Not to say if you sit up there and praise your man, do X, Y, and Z, they still won't cheat, but this was something I really never considered. So I'm glad that I read this article. Yeah, so men would cheat to get the praise and accolades from another woman so they can still be married because the marriage is important to them. And that's another thing. I feel like most of the times you think like, oh my gosh, he cheated on her, he must not love her. No, he really do. It's just like he just felt like he needed to get that part, you know, he felt like he needed to feel like a man in somebody else's presence, you know what I mean? Like I realize like men can literally compartmentalize. That's you know what I'm trying to say? They literally can just kind of separate everything in their mind in a way. Versus like women, we just everything gotta flow. It'll host everything gotta make sense. So that is the difference. So I'm glad to be up here learning stuff, y'all. I really, really do. And here's the other article I was talking about that I thought was interesting. Copy. So this is from fatherly.com. Hey, this ain't it. Oh my gosh. Oh, here we go. Found it. This seems from Martell's childhood and his upbringing. Linda, why are you here? Why are you here? Okay, so I'm glad you said that because this article mentioned that. I wrote it in my notes. So let me see here. So basically, there's like two types of cheaters, right? The immature person that like maybe cheated and realized like, oh my gosh, this was a big mistake. Like they did it once, like, oh, like what was I thinking? Kind of, I guess maybe the man that was like, oh, she looked too good to pass up, kind of thing. Is that kind of cheater? And then there are the ex addicts that you know have some deep rooted attachment disorder, and that's what this article mentioned. So you know what I mean, like the ones that like I guess can't stop more so are the ones that probably do have some type of, you know, some stuff going on, like some maybe some childhood trauma, things like that, you know. Okay, so Naylight inspires. I'm happy for her too. Martell had a beautiful butterfly that wanted to keep that. Yep, he wanted to keep in a jar, with a hole on top of it. So yeah, just enough for her to breathe. Like I ain't trying, suffocate you, but I don't want you to fly. That's true. That's true. And it's like I even like how she's looking. I just saying Mel looked bad before, but I like her hair. I like her style. I really feel like she doing it. She's doing it. Um, but like I said, reading these few articles, I feel like I kind of understand Martell more because that's one of the things. Like I said, I learned like sometimes men are crying out for that attention from their wife, and the wife just may not to make an excuse, but I get it. Maybe I have to see statistics and stuff like that, y'all. So Stay Tuned Review said, I also say that some men treat cheating in a relationship the same way women treat ordering at a restaurant they've been to 1,000 times. Sometimes they just want something different. Um, I did not get that from these from the articles I read. Surprisingly, it was more so like let me see. It was more so they felt like, well, maybe right, okay, maybe, yeah, they did feel like they wanted variety, but they kind of don't look at cheating as the worst thing in the world. Kind of, from what I gather, men use X in the same way that they will go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like they don't. It's a release kind of, so they don't really think it's that serious, and I like the way this article had put it. We always think men are the fixers, so they feel like cheating is something. If the spouse finds out about it, okay, we can fix this, but they don't realize how like the woman may feel about it. And in a way, I just kind of, not to say cheating is an excuse too, but in a way, I want women to realize it's not them. You know what I mean? Like it's not you. And I don't want to say not to take it serious, because it is serious. Again, like I keep seeing marriage as God's love for us. Like how Christ went to the cross for us. It's self-sacrificing. Will there be beautiful rainbow times? Yes, but then I feel like it's going to be times where it's not that easy. You are going to be tempted to eat and try something else out or whatever, but you have to think about the long-term effects of what that means and what it can do. I think about when I was reading this article, kind of like a basketball player. A basketball player can be tempted to eat the chicken nuggets, the pizza, the Burger King, the fast food or whatever, because it's right there, it's available, it looks good at the time, it's cheap. It don't require too much to get that kind of food. But if they want to keep performing at their athletic peak, they're gonna have to eat their protein. They're gonna have to have that chicken, that grilled chicken, and that broccoli. And although it may be boring and basic, it's gonna sustain them. And you eating bad isn't worth like the bag. Ooh, that's good. You eat this short-term thing that you want to like satisfy your desires in the moment, this temptation or whatever. See, that's why I know it's in men to like curb their temptations, because when it comes to when they got to do sports and stuff, they real dedicated. I remember that back in high school, like the jocks and stuff. Oh no, we can't smoke. Not to say I smoked or anything like that, but I will always hear that, like, no, we can't smoke because we got a track meet. Oh, we got a football game. They could say no to temptation. So if you can say no to that kind of temptation, I know you can say no to like, the big butt and the smile. I know you can. I believe in you. Have faith in yourself. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously. Okay, so Nylai Inspire said he felt smaller the more she succeeded. He did not know how to grow along with her. Damn, yeah, you speaking good, girl. You speaking good. Yeah, I can see that. And it's sad. Like I don't like the fact that sometimes I feel like we have to shrink ourselves down to make men feel more comfortable. But yeah, that's probably what Melody did a lot in the relationship too. It seemed like, oh, I should have drunk out of my Judge Judy cup. Y'all see my Judge Judy cup? Wait, it's you see it? Let me make this a little different. Let me see if I can. I didn't want it to be big like that. Okay, see, oh, the light. Judge Judaisms. Like, I'm a fan of the show, and it got like all her little sayings where she'd be like, "You ate the steak." Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Is not an answer. You know, all those like quick witted stuff she be seeing on the show. So I should have been drinking my tea out of that, but that's okay. So I can show it off to y'all. Like, mm-mm. But yes, I feel like that really makes me sad that like Melody had to dim her light so her man could feel comfortable. But it's almost like, dang, if I can do it, babe, so can you. You know what I mean? Like, let me know. And then sometimes I feel like maybe, again, I feel like your gift is kind of maybe the thing that you do really, really good. So if Martell wasn't really into the builder's license kind of thing, I feel like he should do what he's really, really good at, which is maintaining his physique. If he really into fashion, do that. Like, go where your natural inclination would be. And I feel like if you stick at that road long enough, it's gonna turn to gold, you know, because it's your passion, it's what you enjoy. Your gift will make room for you. Ooh, scripture. Yep. No one stays completely the same. Right. We all evolve. Yep. And that's the thing. Yeah. And then a lot of times people, I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes you could sometimes be with the person that you weren't supposed to be with too, you know? Like, yeah, a lot of times you just don't know. You think you're gonna be together forever, but like you said, no one stays the same completely. Goodness, I agree with the attachment disorder. Yep, it's really real. Linda said, "Whoever the judge that is over the case to order Martell into to order Martell to a mental evaluation." Right, especially after this whole stunt that he has going on. But yeah, so let's talk about what I brought you all here today for. This whole Sheree Whitfield's rumor fling, Martell Holt furious with ROHA star for telling people they are dating. That's a weird title. Sheree Whitfield's rumored fling, Martell Holt furious with Real Housewife Atlanta star for telling people they are dating. It was kind of like a tongue twister kind of thing. It's not a weird article. It just was like kind of hard to say a little bit. Sheesh. Okay. So this is the part I wanted y'all to see. Wait, hold on. I think I like the way the Shade Room did it. Oh yeah, because then I wanted to talk about that, y'all. Let me see. Shade Room. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. So Martell Holt allegedly peed off over report confirming he's dating Sheree Whitfield. Says this source, he's building a pool for Sheree. So, according to, one of my favorite YouTubers, Funky Dineva, he was on Fox Soul TGIF, and he said, so here's what's interesting. I spoke to one of my colleagues in the media who has a very close relationship with Martell Holt, and according to her, Martell is peed off and said that he and Sheree are not together. Sheree is not even his type, that he is building a pool for Sheree and is working closely with pulling permits. So I'm like, dang. But remember that video I did when I first heard about this situation? I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to believe it until I actually see Martell post about her. Because, yeah, when the man makes it official, I feel like, all right, we in there kind of thing. But until then, And I almost feel like Sheree should have had that same kind of approach. We single until otherwise, until the man makes it known, until the man do the whole what's his name, Tom Cruise, jump on the sofa, I love this woman proclamation, like Tom Cruise did when he went on the Oprah show. But you don't gotta do all that, but you know what I mean. So I figured that it was like really cat. But then at the same time, I'm like, wait a minute. If you just look helping her with permits and stuff like that, like why are y'all taking pictures all sweaty and videos and stuff like that? Why is you working out with a person? Martell's trying to make it seem like it's just strictly professional, but why are you working out with a person if it's just strictly professional? You just helping her on building a pool and stuff like that. The way you carrying on is not giving that. And then to know that Martell actually introduced Sheree to the kids, that sound like something permanent, right? Like that sound like y'all go together. Like this my lady, this about to be my girl or whatever. So I don't get it. I really don't. So I don't know what Martell is trying to do. Like I said in the beginning, I feel like maybe Martell just wants to show he's moving on with this Real Housewife of Atlanta star, but that's it. He just wanted to be for show. He don't want no narrative to be put on this. You know what I mean? He don't want the rest of the stuff. So Sheree Whitfield's ex-boyfriend did an interview with the Jasmine brand. Yes, sis. I see that. Well, I didn't see it, but I read the article about it too. And that Tyrone, what y'all think about that? I think I mentioned it in my video today. If you watched it, Linda, like, do y'all feel like Sheree is lying? Like, do you think she made that whole thing up? Like, if she knew that Tyrone wasn't coming, do you think like she just said that just to say it? I don't know. Sorry, y'all. This light, I think it's this light that's making me feel sick. Ugh. Now I look all dark. Sorry. That little ring light, I don't know. It might be too close to me or something, but every time I turn it on, I be feeling like not that good. Whew. So yeah, I'm gonna have to probably back it up. And I'm sorry it's dark, but next time around it's gonna be better. But yeah, I'm just like, did Sheree really play us for a storyline, knowing that Tyrone really couldn't come to see her? Why did he do that? Why did she do that? See, look, his scamming, or his alleged scamming, is rubbing off on her. Sheree is in Huntsville. Ooh. So, you know what? I guess we just probably have to see this thing play out, even though it probably is for a storyline. Nate Lie Inspire says he told her that when she accepted awards or had speaking, she did not give enough credit and accolades. Is this about Martell and Melanie? Oh, yeah, probably. I see what you're saying. See that, but see, it goes with the article. It goes with that article. Men like that. Men like that praise, and we gotta stroke their ego and tell them that they're number one, which is fine. I didn't know that was something that men actually crave. Yes and no. I thought. I guess you know what. We are very complex creatures because, all right, you know how for the most part the love languages test, every man's love language, the top one is always physical touch. And for women, usually it's the words of affirmation. So with that, I guess maybe sometimes women may feel like, all right, well, we're still intimate. We're still, so he should know that I like him or I love him. Like he should know that he's appreciated here. But I guess they still need to hear it. You know what I mean? They still need to hear from the woman, which I never knew. So I'm glad that I'm learning. We're in here learning together. I didn't know men needed that. Well, I did. You do, but then you don't. Like I didn't know it was enough to make them feel less than, because you're not saying it to them all the time. So I could see that. I could see him being mad at Mel for that, for not giving him credit. I guess men gotta want to feel all glee and yep, I did that. Guess they gotta always want to feel that way. But I get it. You know what I mean? I feel like if the roles were reversed, she would want praises and accolades too for being the wing beneath his wings, the wind beneath his wings. So I understand. Linda, you said I believe everything Tyrone said. So you feel like Sheree was just playing us for a storyline. I felt like, well, I think I mentioned in the article, I mean the video I did. I felt like if it was, if she knew Tyrone wasn't coming, how come all those times she was calling, he didn't pick up? Or maybe do you feel like that was fake too? Like they just made it seem like he was calling her, like she was calling him, but maybe he really wasn't. He said Sheree was in all the scenes they had pulled allegedly. Oh wait, he said Sheree was in all the scams they had allegedly. See, that's funny you said that. Didn't I just say like maybe his scamming ways and rubbed off on her? I'm actually have to go back and watch some interviews then with the Jasmine brand. I just kind of like seen that it was done, but this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. Oh, it looks like she did an interview with Kenya Moore. Y'all know like Kenya Moore hair care. But all right, so what do y'all believe about this though? Do you feel like Martell has a right to be mad at Sheree for, I guess, putting their relationship out there? Is he trying to downplay it? Because but his actions is saying something different. I know his words are his words, but I just feel like his actions are something different. Like they are together, at least dating. Okay, maybe that's not his girl, but it do seem like they getting all chumming in each other's presence. So which one is it? Oh, and this is why I asked the poll question. Like, would men like a younger woman that looks old or older woman that looks young? Because why wouldn't he be her type? Why wouldn't Sheree be his type? I mean, he's entitled to that, but I feel like what's wrong with her? So I was like, dang, maybe he felt like, maybe Sheree was too old for him, perhaps, because I didn't realize they was 12 years apart. Sheree looks great. Sheree looked like she could be 40. I probably thought that's how old she was if I was to really think about it. I had no idea she was 52. She looks great. But, yep. Oh, look, see? Dawn Lynn Brewer said, I don't think he's telling the truth. Me neither. I don't think so either. But, yeah, y'all. This is what's going on in the streets. Oh, that's right. Okay, yep, this was the one from. So it's basically the same thing. And look, they mentioned Sheree announced her alleged relationship with Martell weeks after her breakup with Tyrone. I felt like, if anything, that this relationship was a rebound relationship. That Sheree just wanted to move on quick. Both of them, in a way. Martell too. They just want to move on quickly instead of healing. Sheree, you just was spending like 2 years of your life, or maybe longer, with a man that was in jail for one, and a man that you can't even like be with because he on probation. Okay, let's go with that. He on probation, house arrest, X, Y, and Z. Like, why do you want to be with somebody like that? Maybe Sheree likes control. Maybe that. Like, maybe she likes the fact that those times when he was in prison, she knew where he was, she knew what he's doing, she knew what time he was going to call. You know what I mean? Versus like a man that is out, she really can't have that same type of control over. Interesting. I wonder when her birthday is. Let's find out. Because sometimes I feel like I got to figure out these people. Like, what? So if I know somebody with a similar birthday and be like, oh, yup, they remind me of each other. January 2nd. Well, that threw me for a loop. You know what? It's not even a birthday thing. It's a woman thing. Like, maybe it's some things are just universally human. I don't even say a woman thing, human. That's how come I just feel like we are better together. I feel like the same complaints that men have about women are the same complaints that women have of men. And the good people are missing each other. Like the good people are out there, but for some reason they keep missing each other. So yeah, but what's needed is always like some time to reflect and get better, especially when a relationship ends the way that Sheree's did, and the same way that if a relationship ends the way that Martell's did, like they was married with kids and businesses and stuff like that, you just don't move on from that easily. So Satan Review said someone like Martell would view Sheree as a good time. She's too old for him to settle down with. So that's probably why he said she ain't his type. Interesting. Well, that's why I asked the question. That question that I pulled today was based off of their relationship. But I'm like, why she ain't his type? So that's why I asked, like, oh, Sheree looked like she could be his age. So it's not that she's fat, out of shape, and all that other stuff. Her kids is grown, so it's not like she like a single mom or anything. So that's not an excuse. So what else could it be? But yeah, that's why I asked it. She announced it on Watch What Happens 2 weeks ago. See, too premature. Now he's sitting up here saying he mad. Oh, and that's how come I had these other articles pulled up. Like, when should the guy make it official? You know what I mean? Like, because I wanted to talk about that too. And I ran across this article, and it says 4 weeks is a pretty common time. I guess when you're dating, going out, having fun, kind of thing, the guy needs to make it official in 4 weeks. I don't know if y'all agree with that. Let me know. I was surprised. I'm like, oh, so soon, but that is kind of true. When a man wants something, he's gonna try to lock it down. But what y'all think about these 4 weeks time period? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I was just like, I'm trying to throw Sheree a bone. Like, this is what you look for before you put the cart before the horse. At least let Martell say that y'all go together first, before you go announcing it. Oh, hey, Pacino Rules. Hey, thanks for joining us. Is he mad at Sheree, or is that a lie he told Arian to appease her? Right, because PK Joe told us that, well, allegedly on the Huntsville streets, that he like moving Arian in and the family and stuff like that. That's what it's giving me too. It's giving me that as well. It's giving me like, why you messing what I got going on with my side hoes, announcing that we go together when it's not like that, You see, you get it. PK Jill said, why doesn't Martell come out and tell us himself instead of talking through people? Notice Martell hasn't said one word. This is true. This is true. You're right. Says this source. It almost made me think, I was like, maybe the assistant is the source. Because we already thought that maybe the assistant had a little crush on Martell. I don't know. But that's kind of what we thought a little bit. Linda said he lied to Arian about it. Yeah, probably was like, we ain't that serious kind of thing. I can see that. Martell and Sheree both need to do some serious soul searching. Exactly. It's too soon for both of them to be in some relationship with each other. And to me, they are both too alpha. You know what I mean? I feel like Sheree ain't going back down, and neither is Martell. So, it's gonna be a tough one. If hopefully it is for play and not for real. Because if it's for real, I feel like it could just go off the wrong road. We're going down the wrong road. Remember Portia said that. Pacino Rule says his few brain cells are going to be worn out trying to control 3 different women. Tell me about it. But see, it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier. It's some attachment, deep some childhood stuff, because that should just be too much. Men always talk about BRPs, but look at Martell creating like chaos. in his own life. This is interesting. A lot of things are very interesting to me. I just got to sit back and ponder sometimes. PK Joe says Sheree did it for a storyline. I believe Tyrone. I'm gonna go back and listen. I'm gonna go back. So did in the Jasmine Brand interview, did he mention why him and Sheree broke up? Because I don't know. I thought they was really together. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and listen to the interview as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and listen to it. Dang, Sheree. And then I felt like if it was for a storyline, Sheree, why couldn't you just find it? Could have been you going on dates with men in Atlanta. That could have been your storyline. Quad did that when she left her husband. Well, when her husband got divorced on Married to Medicine, they had her being set up with different guys and stuff like that. So the fact that like she contrived the whole storyline is just wow to me. Wow. Sheree went off script, right, by announcing it, right? Yeah, Martell had everybody in order, and she just messing up, running amok in the palace, as Mama D would say. Melody did tell Martell he needs to get help. But I noticed that, like, even if you tell a person something, they have to see it for themselves. Martell got to hit his rock bottom. Not that I want him to, but sometimes you don't realize that you have a problem until like everything is gone from you and you have your come to Jesus moment, as they say. But right now, Martell probably feel like it's nothing wrong with his actions because he can still get another woman like that. But then again, like we said, we don't know if this excuse me, guys. We don't know if this is for real with him and Sheree. But I would be curious to see what Martell's DMs look like. Because even still, I feel like some women would think that if they like Martell enough, they find him attractive, they will feel like what he did to Melody won't happen to them. Some women would still think that. And it is a possibility because some women, that do happen. Like you do see some men like can do their ex dirty and then do the next woman real good. It's possible, but I feel like it don't happen overnight. So Pacino Rules says they're using each other. She needs a storyline. He is using her as a pawn in his one-side war on Melody. I feel that. I do feel that. I feel like he is trying to show that he's moving on or whatever. And what better way than Sheree that's in the spotlight kind of thing. I will almost believe it more if he was dating somebody in Huntsville. Like someone low-key or whatever. But the simple fact that he's dating Sheree, and not to say Sheree's a bad person, but it's more so like, you know the articles that's going to be written on this. You know the notoriety that Sheree gets. You know she has a following. So it just feels like a little force. Hey, Lit Real Red. Hey, girl, hey. We just talking about Martell and Sheree and how Martell basically ain't trying to claim her. Can you believe that? After all that TMZ interview Sheree did at her house, all that we seen them together in Stone Mountain or wherever they was in Atlanta with their exercise stuff on. All that he gonna try and say they ain't together, or he mad that she claiming him. Even though Melody said herself, he introduced her to the kids. See, this is why with Pacino Rules, I agree. It is a war against Melody. So the kids could go back and say, "Oh, we met Miss Sheree." And so, man, I can't. I can't. I really can't. Yes, both shows ratings are low. Oh my gosh. I could. It's like I do really feel as though that Real Housewives of Atlanta has ran its course. Like I'll be watching it, but it's just like I don't know. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. Yeah, no. And it's okay. I feel like they should just maybe let this be the last season. Marlo, kind of upsets me. It's like when I watch old clips of the show when Marlo was still a friend of the show, I get it now. You can only take Marlo in small doses. Like I don't care to see her every single like she don't need no full like it's no. I like that she was alone saying in front of the show. I don't know. Everybody don't have it. Yeah, everybody just don't have it. I don't know. I'm sure his DMs are popping. Right. Like that's why I feel like Martell maybe feel like he don't need to change because he's still getting rewarded for his bad behavior. He's still gonna be able to eat girls. He's still gonna like nothing, no accountability on his part in a way. And it's kind of no girl code or sister code anymore. Because I feel like for the sake of Melody, not to say anybody owes her anything, but for this, like, come on, him, like you gotta empathize with her pain at least. I don't, but then, like I said, some women just feel like they got that good. They gonna make it happen regardless. Like that was her, but he ain't gonna do that to me. And he will wind up doing that to you. It be like that. I think Melody only cares who is around her children. Exactly. I know she could care less about who he dating. Cause you know they said she said that he introduced their brother to the kids without her knowledge. It's just like he be doing it. I think, but you know, rules. I mean, I feel like you said everything right here. Martell be doing the most because just to like kind of spite Melody. I really get that vibe. Do you think Carlos King is behind? And you know he do got ties to both shows. It is a very interesting pairing. I hope not. I hope not. I really do. I hope that they're genuinely into each other, but it do seem like they probably maybe they do maybe really like each other, but I feel like they are liking each other for ulterior motives, if that makes sense. Oh, so Linda said the same thing. Is Carlos King behind it? I tell you, Marlo is disappointed. Marlo, she just, my gosh, I'm over her. Nice woman. It's nice what she doing for her nephews and stuff like that. I respect it, but she just annoying on the show. You know, that makes sense. So Linda said Melody had Martell investigated, and that's when the Scott's brothers were caught. Interesting. Linda, where'd you get this information from? I might have to like look into that. That may be my next video. Y'all know I need something to do for Throwback Thursday. So I like to investigate some things like that we didn't know previously, kind of thing, and see how it relates now. So yeah, Linda, follow me on Instagram. You know my Instagram name is literally my name on here. So send me the link if you're on Instagram. And yeah, I want to know about this. So Pacino Rule said Melody requested that she be present when he told the children about Knox. Of course, requested not exactly. Like he just want to control the narrative so bad, or just I don't. But I feel like he's not realizing, and who knows? I want to be equal. Who knows what Melody could be doing too? So not just trying to like excuse like what you know what I mean. Like I want to be like as objective as possible. But I feel like if one parent is requesting one thing, I feel like why not try to meet? Like unless it's unreasonable, why not oblige that? Like, do you have any reason for not wanting to accommodate Melody's request about, you know, them meeting a little brother? Like, I don't selfish. So Patricia Thompson said, I believe Martell is trying to stay relevant and want us talking about him because it really doesn't make sense. If they are using it for a storyline, then why get upset with Sheree? Exactly. He know he messing with her, but I just like he didn't want the world to know. I guess he just wanted people to speculate, but he didn't want Sheree to say, yeah, we going to get like maybe he didn't want Sheree to make it real. But I would have been silent too. Cause Martell, it's not like she bagged Drake. Or you know what I'm trying to say? Not even say like Drake, but you know what I'm trying. It's not like she bagged It's Martell. He's for the streets. We could get Martell if we really wanted to. No, I'm playing. But that's because we're like that. What I'm saying is it's Martell though. It's Martell. Not to say he's a bad person, but I feel like once we see him with coleslaw, it's almost like, really? But that's what this one article was talking about. When women cheat up. But when men cheat, they cheat down. Down to Chinatown. But I just be finding a lot of things like this very fascinating. Oh, yep, here it is. While women tend to cheat up, betting potential more suitable mates, men cheat down and all around. See? So, once we seen that he was with coleslaw, it's just like, really? So Bernita Haynes said in season 3, I think Melody told Martell she wanted to be there. Yup. When he told the kids about Knox, he didn't tell her so he can give them his story about Knox, about how Knox came. Right. But I don't. That is a tough situation. And if he wanted to do that, why couldn't he just maybe go to have it discussed in therapy, like with professionals? Because I really don't know how you go about that situation. It would be very touchy. I feel like you would have to kind of get experts in for guidance and your prayer warriors and the whole nine. Because that is, I really can't even think about how you would tell a child. Like, I can't even fathom. Yeah. Cheating really do hurt. It really does a lot of damage. So Patricia Thompson said, if you remember, he told Melody she didn't need to be there with the children. He just wants to control everything. That's what I'm feeling as well. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling as well. Yeah, so Linda said Melody and the kids are in therapy, right? I feel like maybe they could have had like a therapist maybe facilitate the conversation with about Martell and their new little brother. Like, don't just like who said it? Don't just create a narrative for you. Like Martell, don't just do it just to do it so you can try to form the narrative to the kids. I feel like you should do what's best for the kids and also consider the mom's feelings and the mom's requests. Hey, Film Capital. Hey, girl. Narcissist people like Hotel only seeing things as black or white, such as whether someone is a friend or an enemy, or whether or not someone wronged them. That's true. It's almost like they can't, and they're very self. Like, they don't really think about other people and how their actions may affect other people. It's only about what I want, what I need, what's going on with me, how I feel right here, right now. I tell you. Martell is a walking billboard, not today, right? A whole walking red flag, like all the nation flags red. Just a walking red flag. Lit Real Red said, true about cheating. I always wonder why a man would cheat down. Exactly. They never really explain why either. They never explain why they date down. But that's what happens. Okay. So Bernita Hayes said the word on the curb is the peasant sister is here to take her back to Ohio. Interesting. So PK Jones, Bernita, came in here and told us some other Huntsville tea. Hold on, let me show you right here. So PK Joe said, I just heard from the Huntsville streets that Martell moved Coleslaw and her whole family, mother, etc., to Huntsville with Mel's hard-earned money. That's some nerve. So y'all stories are like similar. It's something's happening with some moving and transition. Either she coming or going, but something's happening. But yeah, that's what we found out earlier. That's what we found out earlier, Bernita. So Pacino Rule says, remember at the co-parenting session, he didn't think they needed therapy. Melody has the children therapy. It's like men never feel like they need therapy. Was it? It's a one. Was it this article? I feel like earlier when I read this article, it kind of went into another article and it said how to convince your partner, get your partner on board for couples therapy. And it's just like, I get it. Men don't want people in their business or making it seem like they can't handle things, but it's not even that. Sometimes we need a third party. Maybe it's something I'm doing that's wrong. It's not just about pointing out your flaws, but maybe it's something I could work on to help the relationship. And we just need somebody that's objective. Not your mama, not my mama, not your dad, not your dad. Just somebody objective that can give us some advice, Because y'all know I be talking about Chantel and Pedro or whatever. And it seems as though both sides of the families was too involved. And that'd be messing stuff up. So, and like they say, like, you can't tell your peoples, your family and friends about what your spouse is doing to you, because you would have wound up forgave the person, your spouse, but your family and friends are still mad at them for what they did to you. So it's like, I guess you have to be selective or whatever. But if you know you're going to forgive them, or you just need some time to process, maybe don't tell your family and friends and stuff like that. But yeah, keep your peoples out of it. But I say all that to say, this is why I feel like couples therapy is good, because we shouldn't be asking people that know us for advice, because your peoples are going to be on your side, my peoples are going to be on my side. So we're still not getting objective advice. So what's so wrong with couples therapy? What's so wrong with therapy? What's so wrong with talking about what's what, and being able to process things? What's so wrong about that? It's making me mad. And I also like the little subtitle about of this. This kind of, even though it's so simple, it really stood out to me. It really hit me. So this article from fatherly.com, why do happily married men cheat? Men often underestimate the emotional ramifications of their actions. Women often underestimate the shallowness of men. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was very a swell way to put it. Like, Kiss Chef. That was superb. That was superb. I wanted to tell y'all something else from this article. It says, as a rule, men don't cheat because they're unhappy. Men cheat because they think they can get away with it. And perhaps more importantly, because they're willing to let themselves get away with it. And I also want to shout out one of my subscribers, because every time if I mention Martell is a good father, I think Martell's a good dad in my video, she will always say, and some of y'all probably say too, I don't think Martell's a good dad. I don't think he's a good dad and stuff like that. But I always say that for the simple fact, I feel like from that one scene when they was all together having the picnic thing, they love him. Like they're I don't so it's more so I'm glad that he's making them comfortable, and it's off of that. It's really strictly off the kids, because they're happy with him. That I'm like, okay, I can give him a pass and say he's a good dad because they're so smitten with him. You know what I mean? He in their eyes, he is a superhero. I just get that vibe. Seems like they really love him. So that's how come I'm like, okay, he's a good dad. Now, if his behavior, which I'm pretty sure it is affecting them, but if it was visibly affecting them, then I'd be like, see, he's bogus. But for right now, because I guess they're kids and they don't quite understand what's really going on, I feel like he's a good dad, because it seemed like the kids really love him. But yeah, so I brought that up to say this article mentioned cheating is a behavior that can make it hard to be a good father and husband, but also a behavior that isn't actually correlated with familial love or care. And I was like, I see what my subscriber be saying. Every time she'd be like, Martell, I have to disagree. Martell's a good father. And then, like this article mentioned, like, cheating is a behavior that can make it hard to be a good father and husband. So I stand corrected. So let real red say, I feel for the children. I'm glad the kids are in treatment. Yeah, because it's tough. Like imagine. I mean, yeah. You know what? I feel like life is gonna have to keep lifing for Martell to get it. And the effects of what he did will probably be felt years down the line still. You know what I mean? But, I hope he gets treatment too. Because we need him to be a very good dad and up to par and the right character, mental, and all that stuff for those beautiful children he does have with Melody. And also, the child he has with Arian as well. Because we love the kids. No matter how they got here, it's not the kids' fault kind of thing, but I do understand that's like a hurtful thing. And it's always going to be a reminder. So it's like a touchy subject. So sometimes you do forget about his child with Arian because of the way that it happened. But at the same time, that the child didn't ask to be here, and I feel like he has a purpose. God has a purpose and a plan for that child's life too. So we need Martell to be get the healing and everything he needs too, so he can be a good dad, a good influence to the kids that he is raising. Who he's the parent of. So Pacino Ruth says Sheree just needs to guard her heart. Don't let it get serious. Exactly. And some women probably can't do both. Like they automatically going in, the deep end all from jump. But I feel like you said, either guard your heart by having other activities outside of the man. So keep going to the gym, keep working on She by Sheree, keep going out with your friends, keep going on trips and stuff like that. You don't rearrange nothing for the man, especially until he make it official, which we learned Martell didn't, allegedly. He's allegedly upset. So that's one way. And then also I feel like don't put all your eggs in one basket. So you are single until otherwise. Sheree should be talking to Martell, uh, the builders, somebody, brother that's working on your place. Like you just talk to multiple men so you don't over like just this one. Because if you're only talking to one person, sometimes that person can look more better than what they really are because you have nothing else to compare them to. So right, I agree. Sheree should not let it get too serious, but she got to put in some stuff, some buffers, so it don't get too serious. She may be a hopeless romantic. Bernita Hayes said, "How Martell doing all that and living in his mother's basement? LOL." That's still the word on the curb that Martell live in his mother's basement. So that's true. How he moving? Allegedly. How is he allegedly moving coleslaw and her family and stuff like that? And what's going on? So let Real Red said a man with a man never want to own up to anything. That's why they don't like treatment. That's true. Men do have a hard time taking accountability from what I be noticing. You right. You right. Renita said Melody just bought her mom a nice car today. Let's keep her in prayer. She's going to court tomorrow. It starts at 2. Wow. Yes. Can we start this? It's a great comment. Yes, definitely. Prayers for Melody and her family and for the best decision for the children. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever that may be. Whatever that may be. Definitely keep her in prayer, the whole situation in prayer. Yeah. Thanks for telling us, Bernita. Pedro was caught cheating with a co-worker. Chantel brother called. Really? Okay, remember it was speculations. Remember how he got all upset with her for going to the happy hour? I didn't know the brother caught him. I didn't know he was caught in the act. You know what? Messing up a good thing. I feel like I like Chantel. Even though I don't watch the show like that, I feel like she come across like a nice lady to me. but I could be wrong. But Rule said, so we're talking about a long distance relationship, both busy, one partner with 5 kids, 10, 10 and under, and 2 baby moms. Okie dokie. Pacino Rules, can you stop making it plain? Like, make it plain for us. For the people in the back, I don't think they heard you. Can you break it down one more time? Because you did that. Then you putting it to you making it plain, you breaking it down so it don't no longer need to be broken down. This is so true. You right. See, you the type of girlfriend that women need. Cause you would tell women the truth, like, sis, so let me get this straight. He don't got no car. He live in his mother's basement. He got fired from his job. So on, like, you would be that friend. And then, you gotta go. But I love him. That's what your friend. But he gonna get it together. See, that's so true. That's so true. I think it's a control thing. I feel like Sheree like to have men that she can kind of control. You know what I mean? Or that she knows where, that they kind of have maybe like constricted stuff going on. Maybe she don't like men that got a lot of freedom. That's it. Getting always with something. Why they cheat? Girl, I'm trying to tell you. Martell's coaching the children what to say and what not to say. Typical. I believe it. And then it's sad. Like, I don't like when kids gotta get involved. Oh gosh. Like, stop trying to win. Stop trying to win. Right. Prayers up for Melody at 2 tomorrow. Martell is an Instagram dad only. Oh, excuse me. But didn't you feel like last season, that little scene where they was at the park and stuff, I felt like it was very genuine. I feel like his kids really love, like, I don't know. They were just like, okay, but you probably right. Film capital. Linda Martell may coach the kids, but that boss baby and Tank would tell it all. Right. I remember my mom used to tell me, say things like that to me, like, Sanquetta be my eyes and my ears. And I took that serious. I was like, okay, all right. Be my eyes. Oh, right. Sure will. And I'll be telling it all too. Because I'm loyal to my mama. No, I'm playing. But my mom never put me in the middle of anything like that. So, but, when I was away from her and things like that, yep, Sanquetta be my eyes and my ears. Aye, Captain. Pacino Rules. I don't think he will ever get it. I think he will. I think once he hits his rock bottom, I think he'll get it. Whatever that may be. It just reminds me of the scripture where it's just like God chastens who he loves. Because, sometimes we feel like, dang, why am I going through this? Why is it? But a lot of the times I feel like it could be a way that God uses to get us to pray. Like, sometimes we don't even pray like we're supposed to. We only call God when we need him or we want something. But, when the bills is due and the light bill, sometimes that's when you really, really be praying, sometimes you pray your best prayers in turmoil. So I kind of feel like maybe that's what needs to take place. Not because, yes, I'm so happy he's receiving his, not because of that, but because maybe that's what's necessary for him to change, but that's just how I'm thinking about it. I could be wrong. My son suffered because of divorce. Oh, and yeah, I feel like hearing what Melody and Martell are going through and the kids and the custody, it's making me sad for the kids more so. And it's just like, dang, how one decision that Martell made just really had a trickling down effect. But nevertheless, I feel like it has opened my eyes to things in marriage and relationships to realize it's not all fairy tales and butterflies. It is actually work. It's going to be times, again, like I always say, when your needs not going to get met, where you feel like your husband may be ignoring you. You may feel like your wife may be ignoring you, but you have to keep showing up and, trying to make it work and maybe not take matters to your own hands. But I feel like, that's kind of what we usually do a lot of times. take matters into her own hands prematurely, because maybe things would have worked out. Maybe eventually, not, I don't want to say like eventually, like years later, but maybe male things would have changed. Maybe the grandparents would have took the kids away for a little bit, spent summertime and stuff with the grandparents, and then maybe could have just been Martell and Mel, where they could like worked on their relationship, exclusively, things like that. But we'll never know. The joint custody is probably the best setup. This is a vengeance move by Martell, in my opinion. Exactly. And to Melody's point, she said like everything was going fine previously. Like they already had shared custody. 1 weekend with her, 1 week with him, or 2 weekends with her, then 2 weekends with him, or vice versa. Yeah, he probably just want to have a reason to see her more. You know what I mean? Melody said she gave Martell 3 years to get it together. Yeah, but okay. So when I was reading the article, remember, like, them articles say, like, sometimes men are asking, like, hey, like, I'm here. Don't forget about me, kind of thing. They just want to feel like they are being validated by their spouse. And I do feel like maybe when Martell would say that, at first I thought just because you need validation, I'm not saying that's a reason to cheat, but in a way, I kind of feel like, I don't know, hearing another side of it, I'm like, okay, I understand. I'm not going to say I agree, but I understand in a way why. Yeah. But it's still out to be determined because, I could be totally off base. But like I said, reading these articles just kind of gave me a like, oh, okay. Gotcha. Can you just imagine the looks that Sugar Mama gives Martell when they together and now she talks so well? I would like to be a fly on the wall in that house. Right. Me too. See, these kids are like very articulate, like so well. Even in that scene that I keep talking about, that scene where they were at the park, them kids just been in my heart ever since. Like I'm always gonna talk about that because it just really was moving, very impactful. So yeah. Okay, Femme Capital. The only way you can be a good dad is to respect the woman that gave birth to your children. If it was for her, he would not have the father title. No matter what, respect your children's mother. That was good. I like that. If it wasn't for her, he would not have the father title. How about it? You know what? Yeah, and I think men don't even consider that. They don't even think about it like that. Like they think, yeah, let me go over here and get this need met or whatever. But they forget that it's not just the wife you hurt other, the kids, the families and stuff in that process as well. But like I learned from most men, they don't even see it as that. They see it as like, let me see. Men think, well, I just did this, but in every other way, I'm reliable, I'm responsible, I'm committed, I show up, I'm a really good guy. It's just a cheating, says Robert Weiss, PhD, a therapist and author of Out of the Doghouse, a step-by-step relationship saving guide for men caught cheating. What they don't understand is that women don't think that way. In his experience counseling couples who've been devastated by infidelity, Weiss has found that despite being stereotypically seen as good at fixing things, men are almost universally bad at repairing the damage done by cheating. It makes sense that men severely underestimate how devastating their behavior might be to their partner, considering that sex meant little to them and was simply available. So hearing that just helped me maybe understand, oh, darn, guys. I know I wasn't sharing my screen. Hold on. I'm reading from this article. So hearing that helped me to kind of understand why men do what, how they think of cheating. And it's not that the other woman was so better. It was more so like the woman, it meant nothing to them. And they did it because it was there. Like it was hot and ready kind of in a way. So they don't even realize something that they look at as so little and trivial has such a major impact on a woman. And reading this is kind of like I just want women to know too, like it had nothing to do with you, you know. They just felt like let me just do this, or I'm gonna do it because I can, you know. For men who don't come clean or get caught, repeat offenses are the product of the same mentality. It's just sex. Like they don't even think nothing of it. That's how come I was talking about the bathroom thing, and the way they just feel like I just went to the bathroom. That's it. You know, they don't even think that is a big deal. So, okay. So the title of this article is "Why Do Happily Married Men Cheat?" And this was updated June 27th, 2022, originally published back in 2018. Very good article. Let me put on, I would give y'all the links. I was learning so much stuff. Let me tell you, and this was the one part that got us earlier. Women tend to cheat up. Look at us. Even when it's morally wrong, we're gonna do it right. Now I'm playing. But women tend to cheat up, bidding potentially more suitable mates. Men cheat down and all around. And that's the thing too. Like it kind of upsets me that it's just like, really, Martell? Her? Really? It's actually almost insulting. It makes it that much insulting. And not to say she's a bad person, but I'm like, come on now. I guess because we see Mel how together she is, and you know how she carries herself. It's just kind of like no comparing. It's like night and day. Like I don't know. Don't you feel like what's her face give like little girl vibes? I just feel like she just reminds me of like a girl that just be on Twitter all day or like TikTok and Instagram, and just when she talks, she just give me that vibe. I don't even see how Martell could be around her like that. Sheesh. So Renita says, since the lack of sex in the marriage was the main reason, I wonder how much sex he's been getting since the divorce. Exactly. I feel like he was just kind of using that as an excuse. Honestly, I think really he just needed to be seen by Melody. From what I'm reading from these articles, and not to say they're all law, but it's just more so men be needing their little. I said little. Men need their ego stroked. They need to feel like they are the bomb and they're the best kind of thing, you know. So they may step out to get that from somebody else that will give it to them. Not even just the sex, you know, not even just that, but just to feel again. Oh, so let me put this in a little chat so you know y'all can check it out. So that's this article. And then we also were referring to this article. It's also a very good one. The real reason why men cheat. See, this is why this show just is really good, because it creates dialogue and conversation. I wouldn't be like looking this stuff up if it hadn't been for like this show. Because I really be curious, like, how come Martell just throw away everything like that? But now I see it's like a little deeper. His main argument in court is Melody has too many businesses, so that don't give her time to give the children attention that they need. Isn't that interesting? Don't you feel as though like if the genders were reversed, that wouldn't even matter. You know what I mean? Like if it was Elon Musk or somebody like that, like I just feel like that's wrong. Like nobody would be complaining. They'll be like, oh, okay, well it's fine. Elon Musk got family support and friends that can help with the kids or whatever. But even without that, I'm pretty sure Mel could do it, and I'm pretty sure again without that, like mothers been doing it all along, and also like single mothers and stuff like that. You having businesses, going to school full time with their kids, so it can be done. You know, so that's not right. Why Martell? That she's too busy argument is BS. He is exactly like, come on now. It's the audacity for me to even think that. Like, you really thought that? You really think that? I don't know. See, I feel like he just kind of maybe is trying to keep her in court just so he can see her, cause he knows that she probably stick to that schedule so good. This is the week. This is his week. No in betweens. But now by taking her to court, he probably feel like he has a reason to see her more. Perhaps, I don't know, but yeah. Stay tuned review said it's a scientific fact that women who are cosmetically challenged are twice as better in the bedroom. Interesting. Right, because maybe they feel like they gotta like prove, you know, prove it better. I actually think I read that too. I don't think I read it in an article. I think I read it in like I read it in a comment. But what was the topic on? Oh my gosh, this is interesting. And I feel like the guy said that he was like, it was a bet and da da da. Oh, but I can't remember what I was watching. I'm always watching something on YouTube. My uncle would cheat down, had a beautiful woman. See, and okay, but sometimes when comparing like Martell, Melody, and Arian, when I think of cheat down, is the fact that like how Arian carry herself more so. Not that how she looked. Like, she fine, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? She's attractive. So I'm not even really gonna I didn't mean it as far as like looks or anything. But I'm just be like, how can Martell like even have a conversation with her more so? Like, more so meant it as that. Like, she just, I don't know, feels so rough around the edges in a way, like just how she carry on and lies and just some of the things she say. I meant it as that kind of date down. But yeah, but also this too, like, have a beautiful wife that do everything for you, and then you gonna mess with somebody who's just like, what? You wasted cheating on this situation. So Bernita Haynes said Pacino, he thinks that's gonna hold up in court. Martell had to take the kids to school their first day and he sent them without lunch. Melody got called and had to go take them lunch. See? It's not good for men to be alone. That's why I always feel like we're better together. Because it's some things that men just not going to pay attention to like that or understand. Do you watch Tony Gaskins? He say that as well. He was like, I can never do everything that my mom does. At all. I mean, not my wife does. Like, she got the boys on point, file their nails, get the dirt underneath, the clothes as well. Like on top of them, their homework. It's just, yeah. Not to say men can't do it, but that's not really, I don't know, it may not come as natural to them. But you know, women we be on it. We be on it because we ain't gonna send our child to school hungry. You know? Stay tuned review said, but I think the couples should have a purge once a year, one day where they can fulfill all of their erotic desires without consequences, as long as no diseases are caught and outside babies are made. I guess. But I feel like when you really love somebody, you can't even like really imagine being with somebody else. I just got done watching Gucci Mane main interview that he did with Charlemagne. And the way he talks about his wife, he be like, forget them hoes. I got a good woman. Like, I ain't cheating none of that. And I like believe him. Like, I feel like he's biting my head off. And I'm not even like who he talking to. I'm watching it through the screen, but it's just like, okay, right. But I just feel like when you really love somebody, you know what? Let's go by. Let's see. Oh, we about to. Oh, I'm glad you said that. So in this article, it says Wise, which remember he's the doctor, recalls one man who came to him in a counseling session expressing his urge to cheat on his wife with a colleague. He advised the man to treat his marriage as a contract. If he wanted to have sex with another person, he needed to discuss it with his wife first in order to renegotiate terms. So basically, what you saying, maybe let's have a purge, let's have a one day, let's do it. When he did, he saw the pain it would cause her before doing it, rather than retroactively. I like that. So usually men do what they gonna do and then realize the pain after the fact that they caused. And guess what? He never cheated. To Weiss, only that level of maturity and consideration can keep men from cheating. A mature person keeps their partner in mind whenever they are, wherever they are, Weiss said. So that's how come this purge thing ain't gonna work. No, I'm just playing. But also the fact that, like he said, maybe you can have that conversation, but I feel like after you see maybe the hurt in your wife's or spouse's eyes, it ain't gonna be good. And just like I'll never forget sister wives. And this lady was crying her eyes out, like the new date or the potential sister was coming to the house, was ready to go on a date, and she was like so like hurt by it, because it's almost like I'm thinking everything good, but obviously it's not, because you want to mess with somebody else. Think about how you would feel. Let's put it in reverse. You thinking that you're doing everything, you put in work with your girl, and you doing everything, running her bath with her and stuff, and she come to you like, yeah, how about once a year? And you're just like, huh, what? You're gonna feel some type of way about it, even if you don't feel some type of way about it, like this article mentioned, like the pain, or like just seeing like kind of maybe the breath being out of somebody's body based off of what you just said will maybe help you reconsider. And this, I feel like, is the way to go. Talk about it first, and then maybe that would be the time that like your wife will be like, oh my gosh, like, is it something that I could be doing better? Is there something you need from me, kind of thing? And then you don't gotta cheat. Then you can do the erotic stuff with this person, But yeah, honestly, I feel like cheating happens when communication stops. Because another thing, I think it was this article that mentioned, like, sometimes men are telling the women, but they kind of turn a blind eye, or they don't, oh, it's not that serious, kind of thing. Like they're telling, they, in so many words, they are saying like, hey, can we spend more time together? You know what I mean? But sometimes the women just may not be picking up on it automatically. So yeah, it's really maybe a lack of communication, even with if the intimacy is trailing off too as well. Like, that's something that you maybe gotta speak up about. Don't be afraid. Y'all each other partner, kind of like, Sounds like Martell needs child support. Yeah, you see, these guys getting rich off of that. Thanks, for the $9.99 little super sticker. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. I was like just scrolling, like, a super chat. Oh, thank you. So, but yep, I agree. Sounds like Martell needs child support. That's how it be. Especially because, like y'all just said, he bringing up the whole multiple businesses. Oh yeah, yep. See, probably trying to be after her money. How do you feel about Crystal and Neo skin? All right, Film Capital. I haven't really gotten that much into it like that. How do y'all feel about it? Yeah, I haven't. I know I through my my YouTube feed, I've been seeing the videos about it, but I haven't taken the time out to actually watch it. Maybe because I already felt a certain type of way about Mayetta and how Neo did Mayetta. I'm just like, I'm not gonna say I don't feel sorry for Crystal, but I'm just like, look what he did to his first wife or first fiance. So, and she seemed like a very nice lady. She seemed real chill and stuff. So I guess that's how come I really hadn't took that much interest in it. But no, Fem Capital, you tell me how you feel about it and how y'all feel about this scandal. And then we go from there. We can talk about it. Cause I'll do my research and I'll come back up here tomorrow. Once I actually can form a uninformed opinion on it. So JMB Signatures, hey, says the kids want to inherit a bag. Melody purchased 37 acres. Hotel wants money. See, he wouldn't have to worry about Melanie's bag if he was out chasing his own. Simply, it's simple. Hey, Anisha. Hey, girl. So Anisha said Martell cheated with Arian because him and her are on the same level. Drops mic. Yeah. I heard the phrase or the expression level seeks its water seeks its own level. Woo! Anisha. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Gonna come in here. You and Pacino, like y'all, so y'all just gonna make it plain for us tonight? Like, I never thought of it like that. That is, you know what? I could see that. I really could. That's I tell you. These women wouldn't wash their hair. Oh, what part was that? Because I know I've been saying a lot. Oh, these women wouldn't wash their hair. I can't remember what I was talking about. But more or less, I probably agree. Bernina Hayes, BMJ, his goal is to make her pay support for 4 kids, and he knows the support is going to be a lot, so he can live off the kid support, and he's so crazy he may ask for spouse support. Even though he committed adultery and the baby came from the... Exactly. It's almost as though, why can't... And I feel like I read that. Like, right now, the way it is, Melody takes care of the kids and their expenses when they're with her, and it should be the same way with Martell. So why is he trying to just get money and kick off his shoes and relax his feet off of, so he don't gotta work again? See, yeah, I can't. Martell and Neil have a lot in common. So sad, narcissistic men. Interesting. So now we gotta go back. Now we got or Film Capital may just do a video just for you. I'll do my research and then do a little comparison. I'm like, see, actually, but am I doing something tomorrow? I may be able to come on here tomorrow and go live, and we'll talk about it for real in live time. You better come. You better be here, Film Capital, if I do it. So we could talk back and forth. So Linda said Martell and Beyond needs to do a stage left. To the left, everything get on in the box to the left. Exactly. Get out of our face, Martell. We're playing around and we don't like it. How do y'all feel about me going to get a smoothie? Is it too late to have something that cold? I mean, I really should make my own, but the Wawa makes it better, with the nice... They got that power smoothie or whatever. Being a woman, mother is exactly. Now that I'm an adult myself, it's almost like we really do sometimes in our society take women for granted, because now that I'm like adult or whatever, I almost want to kiss my mother's feet, like out of just respect for everything that she does, and showing up for us, even when we be like annoying her and stuff. Like you think about how you were as a kid, you're just like, dang, my mom still love me. Like sometimes you think about that, like, and she, moms still be like, they still show up, still make sure you eat and stuff like that, even though you may have like said something a little mean or rude or something, even though that was very wrong. It's just like, oh, mom, I mean, like, yeah. So women don't get enough credit, you know what I mean, for what we go through and what we experience and things like that. And I almost feel like, sorry to bring up that Gucci Man interview, but it really, he said some things, and it's interesting because, you know, he's like a street guy. So he was just saying like how his wife helped him become a better man. And like a lot of things started happening once he got married and stuff. Like a lot of positive things started happening when he got married. It reminded me of the scripture: the man that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. So in a way, I feel like all this back and forth against the sexes is just a way to keep men and women apart, but especially men from receiving their favor. You know what I mean? Like, women are not your enemy. You know, we were created for the men. I don't know. I like that. I like the fact that we are helpmeets. You know, God created us for that. We're the necessary partner to make the man's existence complete. Because let me tell y'all, I often go back and listen to this book. It's an audio book I got Kindle on my Kindle app, and I recommend every woman read it. It's called cover. It's called 12 Extraordinary Women: How God Shaped Women of the Bible and What He Wants to Do with You. And it looks like this. This book makes me so, like, going back reading it just makes me so happy to be a woman. This book is no joke. Like, every time I need to pick me up, I will go back and read this stuff. For example, so the first chapter is about Eve, right? Eve, the mother of all living. Adam was refined dirt. Eve was a glorious refinement of humanity itself. She was a special gift to Adam. She was the necessary partner who finally made his existence complete, and whose own existence finally signaled the completion of all creation. Y'all better stop playing with me. When I read that, when I go back to read that, this is real woman's empowerment to me. You know what I mean? Not, well, you know, if you want to be out in the streets and marching and stuff like that and want equal rights to men and stuff like that, I feel like that's fine and good and dandy too. But it's not necessary, because God already done created us with the empowerment that we need just by being that necessary partner to Adam. You know, and the necessary partner for creation. Like, that is just so explosive to me. So it's like, no, we don't have to be in the corner. We don't have to be abused and shit. Like, none of that stuff. Like, that was not God's intention. You know what I mean? And then this part, Eve, the only being ever directly created by God from the living tissue of another creature, was indeed a single marvel. Because remember, Eve wasn't made from dirt. Adam was, but then remember, like, God took a piece of Adam and then made Eve from already a living body. Sis, it's not basic. So this is the part that I'm just like, dang, men don't know what they're missing. Now, I don't know where the disconnect happened, but it's just like, women are not your enemy. You know, you're better. We're better together. You know, so. And this one part, I was like, oh my gosh. If the men represented the supreme species, a race of creatures made in the image of God, Eve was the living embodiment of humanity's glory. God had truly saved the best for last. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Like, this book is just, it's so good. It's so good. You just gonna feel like, I'm grateful to be a woman, you know. Yeah, it's lit being us. But yes, at the same time, it is a lot of pressure to be a woman. It really is. God took a redundant bone that Adam would never miss and made for him the one thing he lacked: a soulmate. Adam lost a rib but gained a loving companion created especially for him by the giver of every good and perfect gift. I mean, like, come on. Like, that's how come I'm like, ain't nobody, oh, okay. All right. You know what I mean? When people be trying to deal, okay, whatever. You're the one that's missing out, kind of thing. Like, because I already know what we got going. I know what we bring to the table. What's understood don't need to be explained. No, I'm just playing. But this my book, y'all. I mean, yeah, we got it going on. Eve suited Adam perfectly in every way. She was a wonderful illustration of the goodness of God's grace and the perfect wisdom of his will. Again, God made her while Adam was asleep without any tips or suggestions from him. Yet she perfectly met every need Adam had, satisfied every longing he may ever have felt, and delighted every faculty of his senses. She answered his need for companionship. She was a source of joy and gladness to him, and she made possible the procreation of human race. She complemented Adam perfectly, and she enhanced everything about his existence. Eden was now truly a paradise. Like, leave me, like, y'all better leave me alone, okay? But and it's just hearing that and understanding like God's mindset, and mind you, that's just what man deduced. I'm pretty sure that God's ways are higher than ours, thoughts higher than our thoughts. So I'm pretty sure it's even that more much immaculate for why he created women. And men too, you know what I mean? We men too. But I'm just saying it's more so like you're neglecting your good thing. It's not good for men to be alone. I will make him a help me. You know what I mean? So it's I don't get it. Like when like men feel like they can just do it by themselves, or I don't even know. That's not good. I mean, you can, but eventually, like, slow down and get you a girl, get you a lady, get you a woman, get you a life, and watch things happen. Watch things get better for you. So, yeah. Oh, Fem Capital. The Bible is one of my favorite books. Girl, don't you know it? Do y'all do a Proverbs, like, a Proverbs a day? Like, so for today you do Proverbs 2. That's kind of the Bible reading plan I'm on right now. So I'll read a Proverbs a day and then a random psalm of the day. It's like a random psalm generator I find on the internet. And I like that. Like a psalm and a Proverbs a day, So I get my wisdom and I get my praise in. But yeah, as y'all know, I be liking the Bible. I got this calendar that got like a scripture for every month because I just feel like at peace. Like I feel like that's how come I really don't have no nightmares and stuff like that. Because I remember I read somewhere that, I don't know how deep I can get with y'all, but I'm just going to get deep. I read that like, if you believe in the spiritual world, I read that demons don't like the scriptures. Like if you got scriptures and stuff on your wall, and I feel like that works because I never really had bad dreams. You know what I mean? So I really believe that. So it's just, I love the word of God too. I love the Bible as well. And I really realized, how you grow up and you hear like, oh, the Bible is a good book, good book. And I thought people were just saying that. But then when I actually read it, I was like, oh, this is a good book. Like you really understand God's love for you, which I didn't even know. And again, I feel like you hear so many songs like yes Jesus, we've seen those songs and it can become very like cliche in a way, but then when you actually read it in the Bible for yourself, you be like whoa like oh my gosh. But yeah, I tell you. Oh amen. I'm trying to tell y'all got to get that book. And in Fem Capital, I feel like with that book, he got like the scripture references as well. So it's just, oh my gosh, that book is good. I'm trying to tell y'all. Once I read that book, I was like, Lord, I love you and I'm grateful for. And that's probably why, no offense, because somebody like that could be somebody that's a transgender could be watching this right now. But now I kind of see why they want to be women. Don't you feel like it's more men that want to be women than women that transition to be men? Because I feel like being a woman is lit. Even no matter how they try to make us feel or try to down us in society and stuff like that, try to minimize our power and stuff like that. That's probably for a reason. That's probably set up for a design so we don't recognize how like great we are in a humble way. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to brag or boast, but like, you know, I know I'm a good thing. Joy Meyer's books are good too. Oh, which one do you suggest of her? I know she got one. I think I got one. It's like the characteristics of a godly woman. And but I like the title for that one book, The Battlefield of the Mind, or something like that. I like the title of that because I do feel like it all starts in the mind. Oh, that's your rich one. Mine's too, girl. I read me a Proverbs, and then I've started taking notes on what I gather or whatever because this is guy. I don't know if y'all heard the story of the man that he said he couldn't keep a job. He was on his 13th job, and then like his friend suggested to him to read Proverbs every day, and for like 2 years he took all the wisdom out of it. And the next time he got a job, he started making millions. It's like, wow, see, look, even in the business sector, you can dominate with the word of God. You know what I mean? And it's not about the money, but it's more so like, what more can I do with the kingdom? And now, just like the scriptures say, like a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. So like, I'm a part of that, you know, so yeah, I'm all for it. And then another thing I learned that I'm supposed to be doing, I haven't been keeping up with it, but I was supposed to at noon write down the mercies of God that I'm experiencing, for that day. And then create a victory list that I can reflect on. Because, sometimes times get hard and you can get a little weary and stuff like that. So it's just like, if I remember the things that God brought me through, I can like be encouraged that whatever I'm going through now, he'll do it for me again, So that's something I got to work on doing more. Because y'all, I want y'all to take this test. It helps you find your spiritual gifts, and it's pretty darn accurate. One of mine was mercy showing, and that was like one of the exercise they said to do to help, maybe in my ministry to encourage somebody else. I mean, I just like that kind of stuff. Spiritual gifts test. Yep, this one. I'm gonna put in the chat for y'all. I mean, but no pressure. You don't got to. But I feel like it is really good. It is really good. And really accurate. Oh, yeah, and it's pretty long, too. My mom got mad at me when I sent it to her. But just something to consider on your downtime. I am on a healing journey. I'm at a point in my life I do only allow positive energy around me every day. That's what you got to do, especially with everything that's going on in the world today too. You do have to pay attention to that. And I'm at the point where I don't care if it's family. I don't care if I knew you since I was 2. If you is like messing with my energy and stuff, like I can't have that, Sorry. Oh, I got to go have surgery. Oh, liver red. Okay. Oh, have a good night. I hope you are good from surgery. And let us know we need to, pray for you too, because we already going to be praying for Melody and Martell's court situation. So we got you, girl. All of her books are great. Okay. All right. I guess I'll check out one of Joyce Meyer's books. And see what's going on. But yes, thanks, Little Red, for showing up and for the super sticker. Like when you watch other people's live stream and stuff like that, and you've noticed that. I'm like, oh. Okay. So Anisha said, I disagree because at the end of the day, Mayetta made that decision. Even if they broke up 10 years after the second baby, he would still look like the bad guy. That's true. She did make the decision to stay with him, and do what she did. That's true. That is true. But that's probably how come why I wasn't really paying attention to what's going on with him now, because I was just kind of like, ever since then. It's something about when that happens. Because remember, I feel like Alicia Keys' career never was the same after what happened with her and Swiss Beats and his first wife. Like certain things, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It just never be the same. Like I guess it just leaves a bad taste in people's mouth. So I almost feel like Neo's career hasn't been the same since that whole thing went down with Mayetta. I don't know. I don't know. That's just my thought. Remember that Martell stole money from the marital assets? Not surprised. Not surprising. It depends on the time. Try to do during the evening. I would definitely tune in. Oh, okay, yeah, girl. Okay, it's for tomorrow. Yep. Around this time, is that kind of good? Around I could do 8 again. I gotta look and see what time you came on. And maybe try to get in the middle kind of thing. Allegedly, I read something about his wine is Southern Homes wine. Oh my gosh. So Martell's wine not even a real thing? Jeez. Y'all remember when Kobe Bryant cheated on his wife and he won her back by giving her a pink diamond? Yeah, I do remember that because people was talking about that ring. She gave no thought that this man could have given her a deadly disease. That's true. Um, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. But I do feel like either he learned his lesson or he um was more discreet, because I ain't never hear him in any scandals after that. He probably was like, dang, it gets real. Yes, it alleged that it is, but you can buy it in Walmart for $6.97. That includes taxes. Dang, what were we talking about? About stuff to buy. Dang, Linda, I'm late in reading your comment. So sorry, I can't remember what we was talking about. And what we can get from Walmart. That's $6.97. Yeah. She was happy with the ring. Yeah, the ring didn't mean a thing to me. Remember Kim Zolciak in that song? She was happy with the ring, yeah. I don't know. I guess it may be hard to walk away. Not to say that like you shouldn't walk away regardless, but sometimes I do understand how women may not want to give up that lifestyle. You know, they done became accustomed to it. All mother loves. Oh, yep. All women in the Bible is special. Yes, but that's us too. Like I feel like, in a way, things are still being written. You know, like who knows, like if we'll be talked about in the same way that David and other people of the Bible were talked about. Like and little and lit real red didn't give up hope. You know what I mean? And and things like that. Sometimes I just think about that. Like sometimes I feel like what we go through isn't really for us. It's for us to go through and for God's glory, to make an example out of us in our lives. Like I want it to be written, and Cinquetta trusted in the Lord, when the diagnosis said X, Y, and Z, and Cinquetta believed that the Lord would heal. You know what I mean? I want that to be written of me, And Cinquetta had faith to start her YouTube channel, even though she didn't know what she was doing. Like so yeah, I just feel like it's still being written. Like things are still, and I could be like way wrong, but I just like to think that like maybe my story will encourage other people down the line too. So it's like I just can't give up. Gotta keep on living. Like all of us that's in here today, gotta keep on going. Gotta keep on going to see what the end is going to be. I got that from. Do y'all know who Vanessa Bell Armstrong is? I got that from her. I got that from her. Um, just look how our conversation transitioned. I tell me about it. It'd be like I enjoy this though. It'd be like real fun, like a whole sister girl chat. And then when Stay Tuned reviews come in, you give us that male perspective, balance things out a little bit into the spiritual realm. Right. Like, dang, I don't want to go deep, but but then I feel like it's somebody that may need to hear that part. They could just be randomly, because you know how God be ordering our steps. You know how like things be happening exactly when you need it to happen, or you hear something at the right moment and stuff like that. It's just, yeah. That's fine. Oh yeah, because I couldn't remember what we was talking about with Walmart. Yeah, I heard that. We cannot take these celebrities married seriously because everything is superficial and attention seeking. Right. Just like, in a way, did y'all feel that way about Lori Harvey and what's his name? Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. From the beginning, I kind of felt like their relationship was for the clout or for publicity, and I really felt like their relationship was a little forced and superficial. And then that's how come, like, when they broke up, I didn't really feel no ways about it, because I'm just like, it didn't seem authentic to me to begin with. But like, yeah, I do feel like celebrities sometimes do get together just for the sake of getting together, because it's going to do good for either one of their careers. So Liz said no. It allegedly, Martell put his label over their bottle. You know what? Did he really not think he was going to get? Who advised him of that? But then again, I do understand, like, that's kind of what some people do, as far as like the cosmetics that some of these girls be selling on Instagram, like their private label. Is that what it's called? So they will buy stuff off of AliExpress or Alibaba, and then put their name on it. So this is interesting. I wonder. This is Linda. You always know. You always got the tea. You gave me a couple of things to think about. Yeah, I want to explore more. Let me write this one down so I can do my little investigations. Martell wine, not his. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. Oh, that is the 697. It was about the wine. Ah, God, I'm putting it all together now. Trust you would be talked about. You've been here before. Know it. I'm sorry. I know I'm just like seeing these kind of late. I know you probably like writing it as I was saying it. Fem Capital, please continue to have spiritual healing topics like these in the near future. This is teachable for me. Absolutely. We teaching each other. We're you the one. You brought up something that made me think about this topic. So, girl, yes, I got you. I feel like we're all on a healing journey, a growth journey, trying to be better. But I just feel like I know God got us. So, but I got you, girl. So Renita said, Linda, I believe that because this man came up with a cookbook real quick, and when writing a cookbook, it takes a while, right? I would think it takes like some research, and you know what I mean? Maybe you're talking to a dietitian, because y'all know I be trying to make natural soaps and stuff like that. But when you really get into it, you may have to get a chemist, because it's going on people's skin, and that's not something I want to play with. You know what I mean? Like, well, surely I could put stuff together and follow a recipe, but at the same time, like, I learned like shampoos and stuff have a certain pH, and how natural soaps have a higher pH. So like, so I'm like, before I sell this stuff, I better make sure, like, So you're right. I do feel like things like a cookbook, like, you may want to talk to a dietitian before publishing, but maybe put a little disclaimer in there. He took a picture covered another cookbook not written by him. And I kind of feel like his cookbook was a little um unprofessional for me because I guess I didn't like that he didn't have a shirt on. You know, that's kind of dangerous to cook with no shirt on. I even think like chefs will tell you that. I mean, I know people do it in their house, but I just felt like I don't know. I just didn't like it. I felt like he was just selling his body, and like that was kind of the selling point. Because think about it, like what I look like having his cookbook on my kitchen table. Like you got to think about all those things and what somebody may think. Somebody may think that that's like a magazine of male models or something. I'm looking if they not paying attention and reading the words. What if I'm at my come? So I felt like he was just using his body. We haven't heard of how good the cookbook is selling. That's true. What about the children's book? Even on Amazon, people was dragging like, I'm sorry, I ain't supporting this book. Blah, 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 blah. This man's a cheater and stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh. The children's and the cookbooks is not selling. Linda, you took the thought out of my head. Oh man. I feel like he would have a really good career in actually again doing what he's good at. Dressing. Maybe he can have a suit line or a shirt line, a clothing like men's by Martell or something. And also a workout thing, which I know we seen that on his website. The last live we looked at, he do got workout stuff. But like beat the path that you knock on the door of things you are already good at. Just my opinion. Because the one was priced at $30 and some change. Why this remind me? Do y'all know who Paris Milan is on YouTube? Remember that video she did of that man Benny something, and he was the black man that had that high top fade, and he was selling products that they say you can buy from Walmart and putting his label on it, and was selling it for like hundreds of dollars too. This is what this is reminding me of. Do y'all remember that story? If not, y'all gotta go and watch it. It's like that is a shame. That is people really be scamming. How can you? I don't. Well, I'm not gonna say how you can sleep at night. I feel like people sometimes just everybody justifies what. Like, I feel like everybody feels like they're right for the most part. You know what I mean? Like even if you could be wrong, you probably still feel like you're right. So I could, at times I could probably be wrong, but I'm probably in the moment I'm thinking that I'm right. So maybe Martell in his mind feels like he's right. Okay, so Linda, you remember what I'm talking about? That's what it's giving me, this whole wine bottle vibe. Like, come on now, Martell. Why would you do that to people? It's so mean. He was selling the wine at $39.98 plus. Shipping and handling will be around $80. Oh my gosh. This reminds me of the other thing too. Lovely Tea. That's another YouTuber I watch. Did y'all see the video she did when she was talking about that pink sauce and how the girl was selling that pink sauce at like for shipping and handling, you would get the sauce for like $20. Knowing that ketchup and mustard and ranch and stuff like that only costs you $3. Like, see, you be wanting to support people, but it's almost like why is you making it all that expensive? It was like this cute hoodie that this girl had on YouTube that I feel like she came up with. And I'm like, you know what? I'll buy that hoodie. Until I went on the website and the hoodie was like $80, $90. I'm like, no. 40 was my cap. But 90, man, I don't like that. I'll do printable and no, I ain't gonna steal their idea. But you know what I mean? Like I'll create my own hoodie on one of the printable or one of them sites, one of those print on demand sites, and that'll be that. I'm not surprised with anything Martell do or say anymore because this is what narcissistic people do. The only thing that can redeem Martell is God. I can only pray for Melody and the kids. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, those cute kids. They're so cute. They can that cover. She made him take one with her. Really? Okay. When we was on his website though, it was still the one with his shirt on. I mean, with shirt off. Hold on, Bert. I'm gonna look that up and then I'll let you guys go. I know y'all probably gotta go to work tomorrow. Me too. Yeah, we went on his website. Like, interesting. What if they heard us talking about it? What if they heard us talking about how he need to put a shirt on? And now, look. See? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me share my page. Okay, Melnika made him change the cover. Oh, okay. It's on Amazon. Okay, so not the one on his website. Okay. Gotcha. I wonder if you was to buy it on his off of his website, would it give us this one? Would they send us the one with his shirt off? Yeah, so this was what we were seeing. I know he. Yeah, I'm glad somebody advised him. All right, so let's see the one on Amazon. Martell Holt cookbook. Amazon. Oh, and do you know him and Melody are authors too? I was like, oh snap! They wrote a book together. So I don't see Martell Holt. Okay. Okay. So I don't see his cookbook on Amazon. I only see the children's book. Let's see. Maybe if I click. Yeah, only the kids' book and his book with Melody is coming up, y'all. Interesting. But yeah, I'm glad they can this cover. I'm just like, what? The amount he's charging for wine, he better personally know the owner of the vineyard. Of the vineyard the grapes come from. Exactly. And deliver it to me. While I watch another episode of the show. When the show come on. Because it's just like, bro. Everybody trying to make like a quick dollar, and that's like not right. It's still up there early today. The wine or the book? I tell you. But this has been an interesting live as usual. You know, like someone mentioned, we be changing. We talk about a lot of things. You know, we go from the show to topics, to trending topics, to women and men. We take it to church and do it all over again. So yeah, guys. I'm going okay, so the book is okay. So maybe I should go to his page or whatever. Cause I didn't on Amazon I didn't see it. And I didn't want to sign out to show y'all. Because it show where, you know, like on the top, it show your address, well, where you live at. And I know I could tell y'all, but I don't know what other creeps is on the internet. But yeah. Maybe I'll look at his page or whatever. See, look at it. As soon as I said that, something got spammed on my thing. Oh my gosh. Anyway, this was wonderful. I'm gonna see if I can do some research to come back tomorrow to talk about the Neo thing and see if we see any comparison between Neo being a narcissist and Martell being a narcissist. But other than that, thank you guys again for stopping in, chatting with me. This was really fun. This was really good. And if you guys are not subscribed, if you're new, welcome. My name is Sinquetta, and we talk all things love and marriage Huntsville on this side of town. But I also have a second YouTube channel where I talk about other reality TV shows and other things that be piquing my interest, you know, on my other channel. So I'm gonna put the little link to that in the chat as well. You know, if you want to hear something else, I'll be talking about. Oh, so yeah, like I did another video about Chantel and Pedro. Because y'all, did y'all hear how Pedro gonna call his own mom a gold digger? Like who does that? But I'm gonna put the video that got me the most views from this channel, which was the whole Rich Dollars Mariah Lynn thing. I'm like, what? But I was passionate about that. Oh, thank you, Renita. Always enjoy your live. Glad I caught it. I'm glad you joined us as well, sis. But yes, y'all, my second channel. You know, I try to keep this channel Love and Marriage Huntsville related, and the other one, other things that we want to talk about. I talk about basketball whites over there. Anything that kind of sparks my interest. That sounds bad, but anything that kind of moves me to talk, I do on that channel. But other than that, thank you again for joining me, and thank you guys all for your lovely opinions. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.